How's it going?
Hi mate, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Good.
How is it this time round as a veteran of Euro 2016?
Yeah, it's a bit surreal. Been on camp nearly 3 weeks now, so yeah, it's been a good 3 weeks. We've been on the move, we've been to Portugal and France, and now we're here at the business end. So all focus is on Saturday, and yeah, can't wait to get started now.
Yeah, there's 8 of you who remain from 2016. This first week, you started that game against Slovakia 5 years ago. How important is it to start well in this game against Switzerland?
Yeah, it's massive. Switzerland's a team we think we can beat. I think we can look at all 3 games thinking we can, we want to win all of them. But we know it's a tough group full of 3 tough teams. But yeah, like 5 years ago, the first game's so important to get off the mark, and it sets you up then, because even if you do have a blip, you've got the third game to kind of get back in it.
When you cast your mind back to Bordeaux 5 years ago, speaking to some of the other players, and they said that if there's one thing that had changed, they maybe got a bit over-emotional. The anthem got them so pumped and stuff. The first 20 minutes were a bit all over the shop. Are there any lessons that you take from that game into this Saturday?
Yeah. I was one of them people probably. It's hard not to, how the whole day, the team meeting when we were showed, messages from family members saying how proud they were, leaving the hotel surrounded by Wales fans everywhere. You could see how much it meant to people that we were just there, and then to go and win the first game against all odds and achieve that was special. But yeah, no, a bit more chilled this time. Me, a few years later, I feel a bit more relaxed, and hopefully I'll be able to pass that on to the younger boys and just go and express yourselves and believe in yourselves, and that's all you can do at the end of the day.
And 5 years ago, you played in a kind of false nine position, which is very popular with this current Wales team. How do you see this Wales team developing with that particular tactic?
Yeah, I think we've done well. We've got some good results with it. It's great to have the option of Kiefer as well. We've got a few different ways we can set up, so I think that it suits us. We've got different options, and it'll be difficult for the other teams to predict what team we're going to play. Whereas last time we kind of had 11 that everyone knew what team it was going to be, and everyone kind of accepted that, but also all the other teams knew what we were going to play, so we'll see what happens.
And it looked like perhaps you were a bit more balanced when Kiefer came on against Albania. How did you see it, and how do you see your best shape going forward, do you think?
Yeah, I think he's an excellent option to have. He's had an amazing season at Cardiff, great person, and I'm sure his eyes will be lighting up at the prospect of this tournament, because he knows he's going to be a very important part of the team, and every time he plays he affects our team in a positive manner. So yeah, whoever's on the pitch will give 100%, but Kiefer always gives us a boost, and that's for sure.
And just finally on yourself, Jonny, as well, because you've been released by Cardiff now. How do you approach this tournament? Do you think of it as a chance to put yourself in the shop window, or do you park that kind of thing?
Been practicing my Cruyff turns.
Like Hal?
For Hal, yeah. No. No, I feel relaxed. Obviously, it's never nice being released, but I feel good in myself. I feel strong. I've done all I could when I played, and I thought I played well when I had the chance. I just didn't get the quite rub of the green with the team selections and stuff. But yeah, I feel relaxed. I feel good. Ready to play a part in any way this tournament, and I'll just do my best like I always have done for Wales. So I'm excited and relaxed. So I'm looking forward to what should be a great tournament.
And a goal of the tournament in the quarterfinal.
That would be nice on a free transfer.
Nice one. Cheers, Jonny.
Cheers.
Thanks, Hal. Go to.
Hi, Jonny.
Hi mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Just picking up on an answer you said to Dan there about sort of getting over emotional
last time. This time round, you could probably go and shake the hands of a lot of the fans because it's such a difficult journey, difficult process to get here. It's going to be a much smaller red wall. How do you think that could impact? Because so many nations, not just the other home nations, but so many nations have some kind of home advantage, some kind of sizable fan presence in their games. How do you think you're going to try and use the fact that the stadiums might not be particularly noisy? It might be a bit more like behind closed doors atmosphere, etc.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough, especially when we know what the red wall brings. When we've played with them in the crowds in the past, the boost it gives the players is phenomenal. Even having a few thousand at Cardiff the other day makes a massive difference to us as a team. But I think the lads, we've been playing it in front of empty stadiums for a long time now, and it's something we've kind of just had to accept. And we know how big this game is and how big these games are as us for players and us as a nation. It's just a shame they can't be there because Bordeaux was unbelievable. But we just have to do our best. We know how much it means, and we just have to adapt.
Johnny's question I asked Adam earlier and also Ben and Connor this morning. It's kind of struck me how Wales as a group of players that you're wanting to be proactive about issues that are affecting football, affecting society at the moment. It's regarded sort of the taking a knee. Can you give us your sense of how you've spoken with the players and spoken as a group as to why Wales have decided to take a knee when many nations aren't, but Wales are making a stance to do it?
Yeah, I think as a group we want to take the knee. We want to support that, and I think it's as simple as that really. We've spoke about it and we're all together in the sense we want to take the knee for that cause. So we're all going to do that as a team, and that's that. So.
But just in terms of, sadly, another serious question, I'm afraid, Johnny, just online hate has been such an issue as well. Just give us a sense of, again, how you as a group of players with Rob and Albert and the others have talked about handling that if one of your own is attacked online.
Yeah, well, we've experienced that in other camps. It's something that needs to be sorted out. It seems to be getting worse for some reason. Just the modern day, it just isn't. It's just not right, But we support each other as a team, and if someone does get that, then they've got to report it, and it needs to be known to everyone, and so we can do something about it. And people become aware of what players have to deal with at the same time in these tough pressure environments. You don't really need to be dealing with that, but yeah, it's tough. But yeah, we stay together and we keep fighting.
Johnny, thanks for your time today, mate. All the best. See you soon.
Thank you, Garrett.
Thank you. Daniel Bevan?
Hi Johnny, how you doing, mate? You right?
Hi, Daniel, you right?
Yeah, fine, thank you, pal. You got a run out against Albania on the weekend. Tell me, how good was it to be playing in front of the red wall once again? Albeit scaled back.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. I was fortunate enough to play in front of 2,000 at Charlton early on in the season, and you take it for granted when you have a full stadium of fans. So it was amazing to see the Wales fans before we obviously set off on our journey. Shame we couldn't get a great performance and a result. Would have been nice for a send-off, but it was just nice to have them singing, and they made great noise, and it was great to have them back.
Yeah, you mentioned it there as a send-off. Did it really feel like you can take that morale with you? Because of course the Red Wall aren't going to be in as great a numbers as that even across the tournament.
Yeah, I think whether you were playing 5 years ago or you were one of the younger players watching the team on TV, I think you could see how much it meant to people in Wales, when we're getting videos of celebrations back home, and you know, it means the world to people, and we have to carry that pressure on our shoulders, and we have to perform. So whether it's the older boys that have seen what it means to people, whether it's the younger boys that were there supporting us maybe a few years ago, whether they're there or not, we know what it means, and we'll do our best to make sure they can replicate them celebrations again.
And I'm sure you're only telling that you're one of 8 players who will be amongst the group to have played 2 major tournaments for Wales, the first to do so. Does that create, on your mind at the very least, and the others who are part of that group, a sort of a senior element to the squad that you want to try and make sure that the occasion might not get to some of the younger lads, or do you just sort of all go at it as a group?
Yeah, I think we need to, take by example. We need to be calm, focused, and make sure you enjoy it. I think these moments don't come around too often. Like, we're fortunate enough to have this twice on the bounce, the 8 lads that have done it, and it's something you remember for the rest of your lives. If I'd gone once, if I'd played once, and it's something you just got to enjoy. I think that's one piece of advice I would tell the youngsters, and I have done. Just enjoy the occasion. You don't get much bigger than this playing in a major tournament for your country, so just enjoy it. And if you're enjoying it, that means we're doing well at the same time. So, yeah.
And tell me a bit about Ruben Colwill, because of course the surprise selection, if you could say it that way, playing in your position, you played with him at Cardiff. Did you see that in him?
Yeah, I think ever since the first day I trained with him at Cardiff, he shocked me, the ability he had. Surprised he wasn't already with the first team, because he's got, the full package really. He's got size, he's got good feet, ability on the ball, and he's only going to get better and better, and a real nice guy as well, so I'm pleased with him. I'm always pleased for the good guys in football, so he's one of them.
Future. I mean, it strikes me from what you were saying that perhaps leaving Cardiff wasn't perhaps your decision, that you would have liked to have stayed if you would want to. Do you think in that in the mindset that perhaps that door's closed, or would you like to go back in the future?
Well, originally I thought I was staying. I thought I was staying at the end of the season, so it came as a bit of a surprise for me. But at the same time, football doesn't surprise me. Like, I've been in the game for 10 years and experienced a lot of ups and downs, so take it on the chin, move on, and I'm a free agent again. I've been in this position before, and I keep fighting and keep just trying to enjoy my football wherever that may be. It was disappointing how it panned out at Cardiff, because I was very excited for the move, but in a way it's helped me to get here. And I see that as everything happens for a reason, and I'm here now in a Wales jersey getting ready for the Euros. So I just got to keep moving forward and see what happens come the summer and after the summer.
I know you don't want to dwell on it, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask. What changed? If you don't mind me saying, you thought you were saying that you weren't. What was the reason for that, if you know?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I wasn't completely told what happened, but at the end of the day, I haven't signed, and someone's taken the decision on that front, so that's that, and I move on. Let's see what happens in the future.
No worries at all, mate. I really appreciate it. Thank you for answering those questions as well. Best of luck for the tournament.
Cheers, thank you.
Okay, Hugh.
Hi Johnny, how are you?
Hi, Hugh, you alright?
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to follow up on what you were just discussing, really, by talking about, and we know you've had so many ups and downs in the game, and this won't be, I'm sure this is something that you'll be able to cope with. But really, in terms of the mentality over the next few weeks with the Wales squad, what can you deliver to your teammates that you think can help them through?
Yeah, I think the main thing is the lads enjoy it. It's a massive occasion. I just want them to, soak it in. It goes quick. Well, saying that, we got to the semi-final last time, so don't go too quick, but it does go quick if you're having fun and enjoying it. So, yeah, I want to make sure they have a good time, focus, do their best, and we just stay together as a team, because it's not going to be, it's unlikely you win every single game 3 or 4-0. You know, there's going to be ups and downs. So we stick together. We had that last time against England. We had a setback, and the response was fantastic, and the performance we showed after that. So we need to be ready for them setbacks as well, and we got a great squad to do that. So.
It's interesting you mentioned 2016. Earlier on, Connor Roberts was basically saying, you know, we don't want to live in the shadow of what happened in 2016. We want to be our own team. But I wondered if there was anything that you were going to bring from 2016 and discuss with some of the new faces for Wales at a major tournament, or is all talk of 2016 now banned?
You can't ban that. It was an unbelievable experience, but at the same time, it's a completely different squad with some great youngsters and potential in the squad to achieve something special again. So yeah, it's something we want to replicate, getting that far in the tournament, but we need to be realistic at the same time and look at the group we have, and if we can get out of the group, that would be an amazing achievement, and then the journey starts. So to be prepared for that.
I wanted to ask you about the boss as well, the manager, Rob Page. What sort of coach is he? Is he the sort of coach that you think senior players in the squad can give their views to, can give feedback to? Will he take it on board? And if he is the kind of manager that would take it on board, what sort of tweaks would you be recommending?
No, he's brilliant, Pagey. I was fortunate to have him when I was in the under-21s, and a few of the lads already know him. But ever since he's came in with the first team setup, you know, he's got that respect for all the lads, the senior pros, the superstars, the young boys. They all respect him, and he's done a brilliant job when he stepped in. So definitely approachable. People can talk to him. Even before, when I've been thinking about football decisions, he's always been welcoming to pick up the phone and speak to him about that, and I don't think that will ever change with him. So yeah, he's been brilliant.
And just finally, Adam was talking a little bit earlier on about being, you know, the DJ of the group and choosing the music. He said there's a lot of house music involved, but earlier on, blaring out the gym, it was Crowded House, Weather With You. So who's the Crowded House fan, Johnny? Don't tell us it's you.
Guilty. It was.
Really you?
Yeah, for some reason, 80s and 90s, if someone wants a bit of chilled out vibe, I'll be the man for that. Not sure why. I listened to a lot of Magic FM and Heart FM as a kid. I used to spend a lot of time in mum and dad's car on the way to trainings. I'm the man for that kind of music.
A man after my own heart, Smooth FM. For me. Johnny,
I'm
good
smooth.
luck for the rest of the tournament.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thanks, you. And then finally, a couple of questions from Maxwell.
Hi Johnny, it's Max from South London Press here. Unfortunately, I had to watch the game against Albania only on the telly because I'm stuck in northern Italy at the minute. But I remember seeing he didn't seem too happy with a couple of overzealous challenges from the Albanian players. Do you think your style of play with the dribbling means you get a fair bit more attention from markers?
Yeah, potentially. I think I've had that throughout my whole career, with whatever level I've played at. It's just the way I play the game. I like to carry the ball, and of course people are going to come in with tackles, some more well timed than others. Yeah, and I just unfortunately lost my cool a bit, but that happens sometimes. I got it out of the way.
Is it more uppermost in your mind when you're going into games out of contract that these tackles are flying in like this, particularly in friendlies, or is that just not a factor?
Yeah, there's a small part in me that's, you know, has to be careful, especially in friendlies, as I'm out of contract. There's times where it's a bit unneeded for tackles to be flying in, especially if they're kind of like not really aimed at the ball. But come the Euros, I think that goes all out the window. You know, it's 110% in. It's all in. What's at stake is so high, and there's no time for holding back, because you have no regrets and you want to give it your all, and you want to come off the pitch. Well, every time I play for Wales, given it 110%. So no, it doesn't come in my mind when I'm on the pitch. That's for sure.
And finally, from me, from the Albania game, from where I was sitting, Dylan Levitt seemed to have quite an influential performance. Saw a lot of the ball, and he was able to provide the platform for a lot of the more headline-grabbing players to go forwards. Perhaps more than he has previously in a Wales shirt, for me anyway. Do you think he's ready to make the step up in terms of his young age to being an established player with the Wales side now?
Yeah, I think he done really well, especially second half. I think we brought Kiefer on. It brought the team forward. We were playing in their half rather than in and around our own box. We kept the ball in their half, and the likes of Dylan were able to get more time and space on the ball and, you know, dictate the game, which is, you know, that's how we want to play as a nation. We want to control the ball and create chances, and that's what we did in the second half, and Dylan was vital in doing that with his range of passing and his availability always on the ball. But yeah, no, he's only ever going to get better by playing games and keep playing games, and you know, this team suits him. It's a ball playing team with fantastic players, so it's going to suit these young players down to a T.